ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Christian Paul speaking. Alright? This following episode here contains graphic content that may not be suitable for definitely children and some other viewers involved, which could involve graphic language, visual graphic content, and or both. Viewer discretion is advised.
The divorce rate is actually a lot more than 50%. These are people who legally detach. They don't talk about the ones that the woman told them to look over that cliff right there. You see how far that is? Yeah. If I drop you, you out. She just showed you the ledge and you be like, God damn. So down there, I don't get to see my kids no more, huh? And I get to lose my house, huh? And the car, everything I work for. It's cheaper to keep her, baby. Happy wife, happy life. We could just be roommates. See, that's probably additional 25% of people.
Juicy! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Proud Lane, certified beta male simp man, John, or whatever is no game. The socially awkward nerd, Christian Paul, is up in the motherfucking building, ladies and gentlemen. And I've been hearing all of these the statistics have actually been drilled literally home by like a lot of red pill gurus, a lot of folks up in the manosphere and all this other stuff, and even by like folks that actually practice with marriage and divorce law, right? And they're saying like marriage has actually been going down over the years and the divorce rate is actually going skyrocketing, and they have all these claims saying women cause 80% of the divorces that filed and all the other stuff. You know, it's beyond literally crazy. So I want to actually try to take a very, very deep look at this chart, at this graph for myself. Actually looked onto this site based on the CDC, straight from the NCHS that they have. And the CDC has this titled provisional number of marriage and marriage rate, as well as the provisional numbers of divorces and annulments and rates, both of which actually take place in the United States of America from 2000 and 2020, right? So we know, based on us looking at both of the years as the years go on, we notice that the marriages have gone down as the years go on from 2000 to 2020, with the population mainly rising as well. And you deal with the rate of 1,000 total population, you see the rate decrease over time when it comes to marriages. Divorce is also literally the same thing. From 2000, we already have almost close to 1 million divorces. Basically, the population was like around 200 something at the time. And it basically continues to rise up over time from 2000 to 2020, with the rate disintegrating also over time, right? So we're seeing an inverse linear relationship really between the two. But here's my issue in all of this when it comes with those graphs here, is that for both marriages and divorce charts, not all of the data has been recorded by the states, or like certain states didn't even bother giving the CDC their data for marriage and divorce. Right? So for instance, right, we see in 2006, right, Louisiana actually the refused to actually present the data toward the CDC when it comes to the marriage rate. In 2013 and 2014, Georgia refused to actually present the CDC with their data on the marriage, on marriages and how many marriages that they have, which is a bit skewed and it's a little bit gray. You know what I mean? That's one of the issues that I have with this whole ordeal, which is not credible enough, because you need to have literally all 50 states year by year to try and get as best of a thorough, accurate reading as much as you can, right? And take note, if you look at the note here, it basically says the number and rate for 2016 has been revised due to the revised figures for the state of Illinois. The rates for 2001 and through 2009 have been inter-century population estimates from 2000 and 2010 censuses, and the population for the 2010 rates are based on the 2010 census as well. And you already know when it comes with the census data modeling, not everyone is actually going to partake in those censuses when it comes to every single decade. So even that can be a bit skewed as well. Divorce rates, same thing with the notes also. Basically, in this case, when it comes to divorce, The numbers and rates for 2016 has been revised to the revised figures for the state of Illinois and the state of Texas. The rates for 2001 and 2009 and the census population estimates from the 2000 and 2010 censuses, they're based on that. And the population for the 2010 rates are based on the 2010 census as well, in which not every single person actually partook in the U.S. Census basically decade by decade. So that's basically what we are dealing with at this time and at this point. And there's certain data within various states that have been excluded within these models. So even though we have like some of the stuff that are recorded here, not every state participated in actually recording the data and actually giving out that data clearly toward the CDC, which makes this graph a bit, in my opinion, not credible enough. Because in order for you to actually literally have a thorough reading when it comes to divorce rates, all 50 states would have to literally record their divorce data and literally have to present it nationwide in order to have a thorough reading. All 50 states, as well as the territories that the United States has for both marriage and divorce, they need to be recorded, right? So you look at all these exclusions, right? California throughout the whole years of 2000 and 2020, as well as Indiana, okay? California and Indiana refuse to present their divorce statistics rates from 2000 to 2020, all throughout, basically toward the CDC. So we got that out the way. Now, when it comes to 2000 and 2001, okay, Louisiana, right, refused to present their divorce data toward the CDC in 2001, right? If we could try to read very carefully, 2004 as well, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, all the way through 2012, right? So basically from 2005 all the way through 2012, Louisiana did not disclose any of the divorce statistics toward the CDC, so that is not even efficient enough to actually get a thorough reading. When it comes with Hawaii, right, 2003. If you go from 2003 all the way up on 2003 through 2020, they did not disclose any divorce statistics toward the CDC at all. Oklahoma, right? Oklahoma did not even disclose and present their data toward the CDC starting from 2002 going all the way up to 2003. Okay. Now in Minnesota's case, right? Minnesota, right? Because it's going to be literally from in on out. Minnesota did not disclose any divorce statistics starting from 2005 all the way on to 2020. All right. Minnesota's out the water. Georgia did not even disclose their statistics as well from 2004 all the way through 2016. And last but not least, we're dealing with New Mexico, right? They did not disclose any divorce statistics whatsoever starting from 2016 all the way through 2020. So what do we have in all this? That's not enough data for it to literally be credible, in my personal opinion. It's not really like a thorough reading to see what actually the true number is, because we don't know what really is going on. We don't know how much people are actually divorced within those states. And also take note, every single state, every single jurisdiction, every single province up in the states, every single territory that the United States has its own marriage laws, has its own divorce laws, has different types of divorces, whether it's no fault, however it may be, when you go through all the legal stuff that comes by when it comes to marriage, other than what you see in the Bible. It varies from state to state to state. Okay? I just want to try to make sure this is literally put out there. So when you see some people that tell you don't get married, but yet they don't even have that type of experience of a marriage, or I know one hasn't like basic experience with a marriage, but yet they had it annulled due to a lack of decision in picking, a lack of vetting on the partner that they chose to have, right? When you see a lot of people that actually do a lot of good things and regurgitate the same talking points saying don't get married, divorce is all the crazy traps, marriage is trapping all this stuff, but yet you live it yourself, you want to be very careful not to try to look at it with a side eye. And for those that actually want to try and dig deeper into all this other stuff when it comes to marriage and divorce, the leaving Terry, for example, would be like a good fit for you, or any other marriage or divorce courts. can definitely lead you to basically where you may need to go, and they'll be able to actually give you the practical, thorough steps where you need to get by. Should you be in a relationship, should you want to learn more about marriage and divorce and the whole 9 yards, they would be literally the best route to go in order for you to actually have a practical strategy. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, Christian Paul will be signing out. More statistics when it comes with more details on this whole divorce rate will be coming shortly. All right, deuces.
The biggest red flag I see that signals a marriage is going to end is that one spouse just doesn't care anymore. They don't try. When that happens, it's hard to pull them back in and make the marriage work. Not caring can mean not listening to your spouse. It can mean shutting down almost all communication. It can a lot of times mean just doing whatever you want, going out whenever you want, and not taking into consideration that you're married to someone and that their feelings and their opinions matter too. And when that happens, you need to evaluate if it's worth trying to save or if it's time to move on.
You see?